Download the Millennium TV app from the App Store to stream our shows anywhere, anytime. Millennium TV.
All everyone, I'm here with you at the Power Talk show here at Millennium News 24, and we have a great guest with us here today, um, uh, Missy Williams from Missy Productions on my left, and we were going to a little discussion about how she's empowering women and bringing back the fashion and culture programs that were kind of shut down due to the coronavirus for a couple of years. And she's looking to bring that back up. And on my right here, we have Mr. Nur Tofader, the CEO of the great Millennium News 24 TV. So we're looking forward now to have a great show once again, and thank the viewers and listeners always for tuning in, as we promise to always bring you good news, good topics, good discussions, and it will always be a power talk. So with that on my right, Mr. Tofader, how are you today?
Thank you, sir. Thank you for inviting me. Your wonderful, excellent show you are doing this network. Myself and all our behind of the camera, front of the camera, everyone working for your show respectfully, honorably. And viewers in the world, one of the best show in this network, all our talk. Our talk means you can have your all voice this network. So this is Tofader Nur working for with Mr. Eric Stevenso. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you for being here, and Miss Williams, thank you for being on our show today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for being working so hard to bring the fashion industry back out on the front, that people could get back to normal lives. I remember they had tons and tons of Fashion Week shows every year in New York, and it was been missing for so long. And I see that you're working with 15 Dynasty Production, yes, to get it back up and going, and you're planning some great things here in New York City. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what's going on with that?
Yes, we, again, thank you for having me here. We have an upcoming fashion show, 15 Dynasty Productions, coming up on February 17th, 2024. And, being that we've been, shut down due to COVID, and it's just a time to come out and enjoy. And we have a lot of talented, very talented, upcoming young designers as well, and to support just everybody to come out and just enjoy each other and have a good time, and most of all, support and giving back to the community as well.
How many artists and models do you expect to be there?
That's kind of hard to say right now because we have so many, and we're still doing castings. But it's fabulous, and I'm working with some fantastic people. Just being a part of 15 Dynasty Productions, it's a great thing. It's great. We got a lot of great things ahead. This is just the beginning.
I see the president, Lele, is out involved in it as well, and
yes,
you're working good. He's on the scene doing great things.
He's doing great.
We thank him for staying active in the communities and keeping these things afloat and alive. So that'll be in the Bronx on February 17th?
February 17th in the Bronx, in Cobb City.
Do you have an address? I mean, some people may want to fly in from Australia to come check it out or something.
And if you want to purchase tickets, you can go on to Eventbrite, 15 Dynasty Productions, and you're able to purchase tickets as well. The location, moment, is going to be in the Bronx at 177 Dresser Loop, Bronx and Co-op City.
Oh yeah, Dreiser Loop,
Right,
177
yes,
Dreiser
on the
Loop.
second floor.
Second floor.
Yes.
Okay, well, listeners,
Yes.
if you like fashion and you want to come see the revival of the fashion shows that we've been missing for so long back, and you have artists and models coming from different parts of the country and the world. I know they have some coming from Europe, etc. So it'd be a good thing to do, and I'm glad you were working to empower women once again.
Yes.
We have some interesting things going on too. We wanted to talk about because some things has risen in the last day or two here. Not to get off the subject, but it's a hot subject that we need to address and talk about and get people's thought about. Regarding the mayor of New York City, Mayor Eric Adams. As you know, or if you don't know, the FBI seized his phones, his iPad, an escalation of a fundraising investigation. He hasn't been implicated in it.
As part of the federal probe into whether foreign money from Turkey was funneled into Adams' campaign.
Fundraising investigation. I don't know. He says he has nothing to hide, and he will stand and cooperate to his fullest ability with law enforcement. And we're just hoping that this comes out clean and that, it's not a witch hunt for him. I think everybody should be given a chance to do a job that they're elected to do without interference. Mr. Noor, what are your thoughts about this?
This is one of the great and sad question for our city, our mayor. I know him when he is as a police officer. Then he became a borough president, councillor, borough president. Long time. As my knowledge, he is a good man, honest man. But Democrat Party in crucial way, they are doing so many crucial things. New York State and New York City, exactly, New York City suffer so many migrants. You do not ask me the question. This question connected with this. Okay? This question connected one highway to another highway. Okay? So, he support Joe Biden, all kind of activities. But Joe Biden administration and Congress and Senate have to be support Mayor Adams and City of New York. This is City of New York taxpayer money goes to millions of migrants coming over here, shelter, food, medicine, and they are, surviving. So he bet a few times, he make some noise. That time, I see some Democrat on the Senate and some Democrat on the House making some noise against him. And New York State governors silent. Anyway, this is coming, my idea, my theory, all the way top level from Democrat Party, high level, all the way top level, like how our ex-governors gone from New York State Governor.
Albany, yeah.
Yeah, come on. Same way they try to destroy this man. Okay? So,
well, that's a terrible thing.
So sorry to I gonna finish now. So whatever they try to do the investigation is nothing. He's nothing to hide. He's nothing to lose. If he did correct things, it's fine. If something happened with his, you know, fundraising or some other things, probably he have to be open and truth.
Yeah,
That's all.
but he doesn't do fundraising himself as a mayor. You know, he relies on a fundraiser and fundraising people to fundraise for him. And there is situations where when you're raising funds that errors are made. Someone may go over the limit in a contribution or whatever the case may be, and you may have to refund back that money, etc. But it's kind of an embarrassment to do this.
My brother, our federal law, investigation, FBI law, they follow the law. And Mayor Adam, he follow the law. That's all.
Yes.
And whatever people do the news like over here, if they did bad news, something wrong, all responsibility to Millennium News 24. Not you or not somebody else. Like same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever his circle, whatever they did, all goes to him. He is the power now.
But it would make, I mean, to me, I'm just saying, if he's not implicated and he wasn't arrested, shouldn't they have like personally or quietly asked him for his phones and devices to be reviewed instead of trying to make it like he was in the wrong and to seize it in the public and as if he committed a crime? You know, it seems like it's an effort put there to purposely embarrass him.
My brother, you are exactly right. Our Democrat Party right now, top level, they destroy all Democrat and individual. Listen to me. It's coming to all top level to destroy his life. That's all. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Yeah, and I think even President Biden, as much as he seems to be far away from it, he's probably very close to it. Because the simple fact that when this migrant crisis was going on and the mayor was asking Washington for more assistance or to give in the funding that was necessary to temporarily house the migrants, feed them, shelter them, give them medical examination, and so on. The mayor had visited the city, I remember, in the time of the peak of the migrant and coming in like this, and he wouldn't even meet with the mayor. He kind of like shied away from the mayor when he came in town that time, and the mayor was at the same event with him, and he avoided even speaking to the mayor, showing that there was some animosity or that there was some problem between them or something he was displeased with the mayor.
Thank you for asking me this wonderful question, my brother. And you asked our Democrat head of the leader, United States of America, President Joe Biden. He is the corrupted president our history. Okay? Number one, his family himself is corrupt. And all coming from him. FBI, whatever is coming to him. He tried to destroy New York, all independents, right-wing Democrat.
Yeah, you know, the Democratic Party seems to be kind of destructive of their own members.
Of course.
Because these agencies and all of these people are controlled and run by Democrats, yet they bring down those members in their own party. I see the Republicans being more united with one another more so than the Democrats. And I was raised and born into a Democratic household. But today, what I see of Democrats, I'm like, what did I get myself into?
Limbo.
You know, because we have to now closely examine what's going on with the Democratic Party. You have a black caucus there who zips their mouth on issues. You have all of these things going on, everyone seems to be pointing the fingers, but the Democrats are the ones destroying each other.
Democrat Party is already destroyed their own self. And Joe Biden destroyed Democrat Party, United States of America, and lower income people and middle class.
And my question also is this. How is it that Joe Biden wants to send so much money into war and you can't find this emergency money when we have failing schools right here in America? Right here in our city alone, we have schools with students who the roofs are caving in the schools. The textbooks are outdated by 12 years in the South Bronx and some of our schools. But you can't find emergency money to educate the citizens of America, but yet you want to put out money to kill? This is what we're living for? This is our moral value? I mean, we have to really question and examine our leadership now.
Exactly.
Regardless of who they may be, Republican or Democrat.
Exactly.
I work in the school system.
Exactly.
What do you think about this, Missy?
I work in the school system, and I do agree with everything that you're saying. I personally think it's just a witch hunt to, like you said, to embarrass Mayor Adams. And what animosity could President Biden have against him if he's asking for assistance?
Well, it's just, I
just personally think it's a witch hunt. It could have been done differently.
I agree.
Exactly. He destroyed Cuomo life.
Oh, yes, without a doubt.
Joe Biden himself destroyed Cuomo life and Democrat Party. Cuomo did nothing wrong.
Yeah, because that was another case. All of a sudden, out of all of these years and everything, all of a sudden, 12 women pop up and say that this happened years ago and all of this groping and things went on, but no one said anything till all of a sudden, one moment.
What is that doing FBI? And so many ladies complain that Joe Biden against without their permission.
Right.
He give the hand, he give the task, he give the hugging. So where is those?
That's nothing. Like you said with Cuomo, they just came out of the blue. And my thing was, why did you wait this long?
Joe Biden, listen. Yeah, sorry to coming those things.
Right.
We see New York City long time ago, mafia group. Italian mafia group, one killing each other. Mm-hmm. Same thing Joe Biden doing, same way. They're killing Democrat Party each other. Limbo.
Well, I can tell you, if they don't get a new candidate to run in the Democratic Party, I can tell you now it's going to be a Republican a president coming back in, and if it's Trump who makes it through these criminal charges, he will become back the president again of the United States. Democratic Party needs to get their acts together. They seem to be bickering back and forth with one another, and they're failing. You allowing Joe Biden to be the leader of this ship, and it's sinking. If we don't get it together quick and get a strong candidate out there who could really go fight and on the issues and stand on the issues and be sincere about it to the people, kiss it goodbye. We're going to take a break and come back. We had to get on these topics, but I wanted to talk and get more into what our guest is here for about the fashion. But this is an emergency topic that popped up, and we had to get into it. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to
Millennium TV.
Welcome back to Power Talk on Millennium News 24 with Eric Stevenson, your host. We're glad to have you back. We're here back with Nur Tofader, the CEO of Millennium News TV, and Missy Williams from Missy Productions. We just got into speaking about thoughts about the mayor of New York, phone being confiscated for investigation reasons, and we got a little overacting about the Democratic Party for being so frustrated about their nonchalant behavior. And there's so many things going on. We have a crisis they complaining about with migrants, yet who's letting them in? Who protects the borders? Who's at the gates? Well, that's another topic and issue. Eric Adams, he didn't turn back the buses of migrants when they came to New York City. He had a heart for people. He had a heart to help. But not everyone wanted that. So, Mr. Nur, I don't know if you heard recently, or you might have heard that a couple of hundred migrants were found trapped in a trailer in central Mexico coming in from Nicaragua and other places. And usually when they come through those gates, they transfer into Mexico back and then into the United States. What are your thoughts on that?
Exactly. This is wonderful and sad question for our national security. And wonderful question for migrants they are welcoming to America. And sad question for our national security, our national interest, and our border. United States of America, one of the superpower in this planet, we call. And our president or Congress or Senate they call. But inside of America, what we have? Nothing. And billions of dollars they destroy on the ocean. Just on the ocean, you taxpayer money, my taxpayer money. So you bring the migrant. This migrant coming from all the way Southeast Asia, Africa, and South America, Central America. Also, some is coming from all the way Eastern Europe. Their headquarters is Colombia. Okay, Colombia is the free food. Everyone can fly, no visa, anywhere in this planet. Okay, they can enjoy. And from there, they start one country by one country, one by country by one country.
But where's the control at? Or where's the regulations? I mean,
my brother, we give United States government supported for security reason billions of dollars Mexico. Mexico, we support our taxpayer money, billions of dollars, 8 billion a year. You don't know that. Okay?
8 billion a year to Mexico.
To support their security, their side. Not American side, their side. No one cannot come into America. But they coming by boat, they coming by train, they coming by bus, they coming by trailer.
So what happened to our Coast Guard and our military? Nobody's protecting the waters? Or, I mean, what is the issue here?
Issue is our liberal Democrat. This is the human rights issue. So many issues. That's why we don't have a sky border, we don't have an ocean border, and we don't have a ground border. All is destroyed, Joe Biden.
Wow. But how are you going to take care of the world without taking care of home first?
Exactly, you are.
How do we have starving children, American citizens in America? And
exactly, Democrat always talking about peoples in the America, lower income people, and democracy. Boys, this is their just language. This is their front side, and their inside is dirty. They never care about who give them vote.
That's a fact. It's obvious.
They never care about who is their neighborhood, who's surviving, their housing, their food, their education, their health care. They never care anything.
Wow. So what do you think about that, Missy?
And they never care about the border. Nothing.
And that's a problem I have with this country. You have issues right here at home. Like you said, starving children, people fighting to get Medicare, homeless, people being homeless, which should not be. It should not be. Education, I work in education. So, we're limited now. You can't afford uniforms for this. You can't afford textbooks for this. And I just don't understand how we go out and spend billions of dollars in a war, but you can't support your own country here.
Can I?
Yeah, please interject on that. We need that. Yeah.
My dear, you bring the question billions of dollars. The billions of dollars, special interest, lobbyists, give them Democrat Party and Republican percentage. They are selling arms, ammunition, and all kind of goods to Ukraine or Middle East. America is the just represent the Lockheed Martin who make the
manufacturers, huh?
Manufacturers. Okay.
Wow.
So many.
Yeah, Lockheed. Yeah, those American companies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We just American government just represent them, and American they get the percentage, and Congress, Senate, and President they get the percentage. Thank you very much.
That would seem like a high level of corruption to me.
Oh my God.
And it's like a huge money-making scheme in disguise of war,
yes,
which is not right because of
that's
the fact.
That's why our children, our elderly, and ourselves disturbing in United States soil. People is hunger. People is homeless, and they fight for America. They are homeless. They are mentally health. For regarding the Congress and Senate and White House, our representative, we vote for them.
We seem like we're in a boiling pot right now of chaos. But, we're going to have to, like-minded people are going to have to keep their vision and keep their minds straight and get through this. And we will get through this. But we have some sorting out to do before we get through. And another thing, Mr. Nur and Missy, I'd like you to speak on. The Republican faction seeks to keep courts from interpreting Ohio's new abortion rights amendment. Mr. Nur, what do you think of that?
Exactly. Abortion, they're thinking this is their religious.
Mm-hmm.
They bring the religious.
Yes.
Really, they are religious person? They're going to church every Saturday, Sunday, and they pray for their own self and American people?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so. Okay? This is just politics and ball games for own children, their own daughter, own sister, own mother, everyone. They have to take care of their health. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
This is the health issue. But one thing they can do, both parties. Teenage, this is my ideology.
Mm-hmm.
Teenage, any teenage over under 18, they cannot get the pregnant. Have to get the law. If they get the law, those abortion wouldn't need it. And those children and mass children, you don't know who is the father, who is the mother. These days, you don't know who is the father.
Right, absolutely.
So if you want to make some kind of law, if you're going to go hospital or some child care, my dear, if you go, we are the news media. We go everywhere.
Yes.
So if we gonna, who is the father?
I can tell you.
So they have to know, they have to do the job. They don't do the job right things. What is the religious? They call the religious. Other one not a religious? Come on.
Yeah, but how does the legislator go take the power or push to take the powers from the courts and define what is right and what is wrong with abortion, knowing that we have so many different personalities and ideas in legislative bodies that want to now dictate what you do?
Exactly. You bring one side to another side.
You may have different religious beliefs, different personalities, and now they want to define what is right for abortion. If that's the case, I mean, I would hate to see what will be the outcome.
I'm sorry to say under 60, under 18, but if you are over 18, you have to know yourself, who you are as a human being. Yes. How are you going to take care of the your child? How are you going to bring the your child in this planet, healthy or unhealthy? You're going to throw out, sometimes they throw out the garbage, garbage can. So this is too much. When you see these things, you're going to be crying. What is going on in this world? What is going on in America? They have to control this.
What do you think about this, Missy? I mean, you're as a woman. I mean, they wanna. What do you think about? They want to take the rights from the courts, and they want to interpret how abortion should be dealt with. I mean,
me personally, when it comes to abortion, because first of all, you can't take control of a woman's body. This is our body. And my thing on abortion is, I feel that if it's a health issue and you have to do it, but I'll just keep having abortions, I do have a problem with that. I really do. Like you said, there should be a law under a certain age, and if you're over 18, that's your decision. It's your body. But
under 18, but like you said, it goes back. It's politics. It's politics. Sister, this country, we need some kind of education law.
Yeah.
This is our education.
Yes.
We don't have we bring the child. We're going to teach them. School, you have to see your child in the house first.
That's where it starts.
Exactly.
It starts home, the foundation.
But there should be some type of sex education law that's mandatory for children at a certain age, minimum age, to have to undergo these classes when coming into school.
Then they take that
they
out
may
of
know
schools.
the difference.
They took that out of the schools.
Exactly. I'm just sharing with you.
Mm-hmm.
7 days I saw in LA, California. I was studying LA, UCLA. Yes. And sometime I came to New York to work. That time over there working is hard. So I see in the morning, Sunday, so many people going to church, religious place in the morning. Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, any and Jews, Muslim, everyone going to church for free. These days, all church going close. Shut off. No one going to church. So education, religious, have to be mandatory. Why we have to bring the peoples from India, from China, from Israel or some other countries to take care of our country? What's going on our children? Why we don't teach our children? Our children street bomb, and you're going to send the children to fight for the other country?
Well, if you invested all of our money, taxpayer dollars, into war, how are you going to invest into our children's future here in America?
This is the politics our Republicans and Democrat do. All minority and all colored people, they try to make it destroy. Education system, culture system, destroy. That's all.
My thing is, look, in government has a responsibility to help the wealthy, and they have a responsibility to help the poor. because they all exist. And I'm not saying to give government money to the wealthy, but the wealthy, many are in businesses, own corporations, somewhat fair business practices, which is rightfully so and should be worked out. But at the same time, poor needs things to help them to survive, to help elevate them, help make them productive, and to be in society to advance themselves out of poverty. So government has a responsibility of balance, which we're not seeing today.
Government destroy our poor, our middle class. Middle class getting poor.
Yes.
Okay? Billionaire getting trillionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
We don't have any middle class. Biden and Biden policy, Biden partner, Biden Democrat Party destroy America.
Yes.
They are the destroyer.
I must say, and I'm sorry to say as a Democrat, but it's not what I'm.
Listen, I'm registered Democrat. I vote for Joe Biden. Why I say that? Why my mouth going open? I have education. I saw what he doing in American people. I have to talk as a human being.
Yes. You have, and you should. And you should speak up after all the contributions you've given into this country and society. You have a right to speak up. That's what I was talking about. Maybe we need to revisit back on another show and talk about a third party. Having the creation of a third party here in America, because the Democrats and Republicans seem to not be able to get this together. They're fighting. Congress is getting ready to go back to another gridlock and shut down again. So they have to add another extension of time so the federal government doesn't shut down. I mean, these are intelligent or supposed to be intelligent, educated people who should know how to do this job. Yes, you're going to have two different ideologies, but you have to know how to come together and get the business done for the taxpayer and for our country. I mean, doesn't that make sense to you, Missy?
And that's the problem. They can't come together. That's the issue here. They can't come together. And that's not helping us.
And we have I had a lot of different issues and topics that was going on I wanted to speak about today. And
there's so many things we could talk about.
Yeah, I had
in this world.
Wrote down a couple of things here.
Number 40, more important.
Yeah, I have some more things, yeah. Now, this was another one. Conservative Muslims protest Coldplay's planned concert in Indonesia over the band's LGBTQ support. You know, it's like, if it's not one thing, it's another. We have so much to deal with, but you know, that's why we have to stay focused with a like mind and know that we're going to get through it. But we're in the stirring pot right now. Nor, what do you, I know you heard of what's going on with this in Indonesia.
I haven't heard.
What do you feel about it?
You know, my brother, one of the largest Muslim country in the world, Indonesia. Indonesia is not a Sharia law.
It's not Sharia law.
It's not a Sharia law. They are democratic country. But parliament and religious institute, sometimes they making too much noise with gay and lesbian. Gay and lesbian everywhere in this planet.
Everywhere.
Everywhere in this planet. How are they going to stop? How are they going to stop their culture? They can't.
They can't stop it.
Whatever the noise they're making, look, you have to check your children first. My question is, your own home, then you can do something else. Your own boundary, own neighborhood. They are harassing innocent human being. They are arresting innocent human being. It's not good. It's not worth it. You know?
Yeah, I agree. That's not our responsibility to determine or define an individual.
Religious.
We have religious freedoms and rights.
Religious. Listen.
And gender rights, you know.
You are Muslim, I am Muslim. As a Muslim law, Quran, they do not say, as a human being, we have to respect each other. We have to love each other. We don't have to kill each other.
Right.
If someone against the, like, killing Muslim, fighting with Muslim, that time you can fight with them. Otherwise, don't insult, don't harass, don't do anything to them.
Well, that's like the American Constitution.
You know,
it has a right to religion, a freedom of speech. You have a gender right.
Yes.
And this is what the Constitution says. And we don't have a right to define or to enforce that because those are God-given rights. Long as no one wage fight against you, you don't have to wage fight against them. It's a sad situation.
Their neighbor is Malaysia, country of Malaysia.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best country in Southeast Asia.
I've always liked that country for some reason.
Huh?
I've always liked Malaysia for some reason. They all the culture of Malaysia is always
They are Muslim, like 80% Muslim, but they are open for everyone. They have a Christianity, Jews, and country is open for the business, everyone. And country is getting high rising. You know.
And you don't hear much about any wrongdoing going on, any wars there.
No.
It's like you don't hear bad about Malaysia.
No, they don't do anything wrong. If someone try to get some help, they're helping. They don't want to start fighting with any other country. I remember Bill Clinton time. That time, one of the prime minister over there, powerful prime minister, he study in Harvard. Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. He was a 24 years prime minister. First time he is Malaysia. 21 years he control. He bring the Malaysia stable and rich. One of the rich nation in this planet.
Really?
Yeah. Oil, gas, everything they have. And Clinton administration do not like his long-time ruler. And Al Gore, that time they have some kind of seminar in Kuala Lumpur. Al Gore bring the noise. You are the prime minister. How long gonna be? 100 years? He said, as long my people like me. If Clinton administration do not like me, I don't care. I work for Malaysia. I work for Malaysian people. I am not working for American government and American people.
Well, he's working for the country that he governs.
Exactly. So that time, Clinton shut up. He don't make any noise.
Well, you know, that's how it is sometimes. Everybody wants to dictate and rule others, smaller nations who have a right to exist. But, you know, we're going to take a break and have some more to talk about. Just stick around. Our Talk's here.
Welcome to the world of Millennium News 24. We bring news, we analyze news, and we make a bridge between you and the eventful world. 24/7, Millennium News 24 team is at your service. Don't miss today's America, Editorial Today, and Global Democracy with host Tofader Nur. You also won't want to miss Todd Goldfinger's show, Goldfinger Music Hour, Noon News with host Todd Goldfinger. And to stay connected with all top and trending news, don't even miss Millennium News Hour with host Tanziba Nouri. Millennium News 24 is available to be watched free for all at TVs such as Sony, Samsung, LG, Roku TV, Amazon TV, and Apple TV. and also in all European countries and Australia, available with the Sky Network, Worldwide Jago TV, Radiant IPTV, Worldwide Jago BD Network and Horizon Satellite globally. Millennium TV 24 News, news you need to know.
To Power Talk, Millennium News 24, and I'm your host once again, Eric Stevenson. We've having a great discussion here. We started off on the topic of fashion, but you know, the interesting things that's going on around the world just brought us into other talks. But we're staying grounded and centered in what we're saying and doing here. I just don't want people to lose track of the good things that we talk about and do in our society with Miss Missy Williams, as she talked about what she's going to do with the fashion show and reviving it back and having people come out to enjoy that which we used to see. I mean, fashion shows are a thing. When I was growing up, we used to always hear about them and talk about them. Nowadays, I was wondering, like, wow, I forgot about fashion shows until Missy was telling me about the production she's doing with 15 Dynasty and putting on this show. So I'm like, it's so great. And I'm looking forward to hoping to be there as well, Missy. And, you know, it's a great time. And instead of war, we have something to take our mind off of and go enjoy and watch something of talent and culture and art. And not worrying about bombs and killing. This is something we need out of our minds. We don't need this type of living and psychology that we have to face with every day. Another thing I did want to discuss before we close out is President Biden and the president of China are set to meet next week at the APEC summit. No detail is too small to sweat. What it's going to be about, I could probably figure out some of the things that's going to be discussed in there. And some of the viewers and most of the viewers are wise enough to know things that's going on in the world and some of the things or some of the main topics that's probably going to be discussed. But we'll tune and wait to see what they show us in the media. What do you think, Nur?
Mr. Eric Stevenson, this is great and wonderful question for our news media.
I mean, President
and
Biden
our American people.
Yes.
President of China, he don't like to meet American president. Number one. Reason, he don't like whatever American president doing with Eastern Europe, NATO's, with Russia, and right now whatever they're doing Middle East.
Oh, because they're allies. They're Russian allies. Chinese allies, yeah.
No. China getting ally recently. When they start war. China never ally with Russia. Never, ever. When they are America helping to the Ukraine, NATO and America try to block Russia everything, and all business came out from Russia. Russian government and Russian people have to be survived. That time, Putin welcoming to Chinese president Moscow, and Vladimir Putin visit in Beijing, and both getting contract all kind of business, and Russian oil supply almost freely China. And Russian economy is booming, and Russian people is not a hunger. NATO's and American Democrat, they try to make Russian people die, but they can die. So that time they get ally. Okay?
Well, Chinese, I'm sure, is China is
number one.
Is happy for.
No, number one. Number two, China investing everywhere in this planet money.
They are.
They investing whole African region, South America,
Caribbean.
Caribbean, and all South Asia money. They invest money, nothing else. They don't invest any war.
What do you think that's the reason for?
Investing established your country. Established your country, economy, all economy zone, industry.
But what do you think China's interest is in investing this money?
They have, like, what is the IMF doing? What is their interest? Getting the, when they get
IMF is a different ball game.
This is Chinese also another ball game.
Yeah.
They give the loan, they give take high interest, whatever is it, high interest, but they give the money. They don't give the arms, ammunition, bomb, or anything. They are not selling those things. They are investing money. Last week, I saw Communist Party meeting. I watched everything. Their boys, America tried to destroy the world by bomb and war. But we are investing the war. We are investing the world money. Let's see America, how they destroy the world. They challenge America. And Netanyahu tried to bomb the Palestine. You know that?
Yeah, of course.
They try to they try to throw out the bomb. But somehow Netanyahu, ally and Netanyahu, probably our Congress or Senate or our intelligence branch wake up. They say don't do that. If they do it, whole Middle East
going to war.
War means Israel, you cannot found it. You cannot see the Israel. No more Israel. Reason? Just one thing. Pakistan not saying anything. No noise, Pakistan. They have a nuclear power. Since Clinton time. Okay? You don't know that, eh? Pakistan is nuclear country. They're talking about Iran. Pakistan is 100% nuclear country since 98.
Wow.
Okay? Pakistan and Iran is nuclear country. And what is the America going to do from all the way end of the Atlantic? Tell me.
Well, some of the generals who used to be in the United States military, they was interviewed and they said it's not possible for America to proceed forward with that and be successful because of those reasons you're saying, and the shortage of soldiers and so on and resources. So, I mean, my thing is just like, I don't like war. I wish there was world peace, actually. But unfortunately, that's not the case. It's not going to be the case at this moment. But we hopeful and still rely on good leadership to continue the dialogue and talk and come to a resolution with this. It's just so much. But let me ask you a question about China. Since you mentioned about China, when they invest in these countries, of course, for a high interest for repayment.
I do not explain how they are meeting in San Francisco.
Yeah. So, what do you think the actual meeting of China, the Chinese president and Joe Biden would be about?
Maximum, probably they're going to say.
I know it has to be something with this war.
No, China is not going to be involved any kind of left and right any war game. They have a straight. Their foreign minister say we do not support the war and we are not part of the war game.
Okay.
Crystal clear.
Okay.
Number two, they just call about, pollution, planet, environment. That's all. And business with China and America. Nothing else.
Well, let's see.
And this is the guy, he's talking about environment, pollution, so many things in this planet. Yeah. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And where is he right now?
Creating more pollution, destroying more environments. So, well, we'll wait and stay tuned to see how that plays out after the meeting, what is reported as to actually what was discussed. And I'm interested to see this, like you say, Mr. Nur, the Chinese president does not like to meet with the American president for the reasons of how we've been so neglectful and so harmful to the planet. And China has another mission and principle that they live by and on. And this
Also,
is just
another thing I'm gonna bring you. They try to make another currency like the money called brick. You know that?
Yeah, I've heard about it. Yeah, brick.
And
Yes.
few countries, almost 76 countries, like Brazil,
Right.
South Africa,
Egypt.
Egypt,
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia, Arab
Yeah.
Emirates,
Yes.
Iran, with South Asian all countries, also South
But it's
America.
in India too. It's
India,
involved. Yeah.
India also.
Yeah.
India also, Russia, all.
That's going to be another
So
situation. if that happens. Yeah.
they try to destroy the dollar. We have only dollar, but they try to destroy the dollar. So they probably going to do it. So our Democrat going to be, oh God, help us.
So what is our government doing for the future of protecting us, protecting our economy, and protecting the dollar? I mean, if you don't have good relations, we go down the drain.
We are already drained. We are middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
We are middle of the ocean.
Huh?
So has that thought even crossed their minds about protecting your own?
I think
country
they're
home?
blinded so much because of greed that they don't even care.
They don't care.
But yet the American people, we have to care because it's our lives.
Exactly.
We have to suffer the grunt end of the repercussions. And this president is not leading us into a direction that seems to be saving us or taking out of this situation. So we should be talking about a third party down the line for sure.
Yes.
But Miss Missy, our show is coming very near to an end. But why don't you tell our viewers? We thank you for coming.
And thank
we
you for
wanted to get
having
more
me.
into the fashion, but this
this
emergency news that's arising.
yes.
I mean, we
Yes.
got to jump on it.
Yes, we do.
And
Yes,
hot
we do.
news is for the moment, so
Yes,
we
we
had to
do.
be for the moment. So
And I'm happy you invited. I was just happy to be here. But like you said, this emergency news, much important.
but it's great that you're reviving the
fashion,
arts and the fashion.
Yes,
We look forward to it. How could viewers see it? Would it be on any way to broadcast it or on Zoom?
The fashion show
Yes.
itself, yes, it's
Yeah.
going to be live.
Live.
Facebook Live also.
Oh, Facebook Live.
As
So
well.
how would they do it?
As
To 15
well.
Dynasty?
15 Dynasty production.
15 Dynasty production on Facebook. On what day? February?
February 17th.
At what time?
It's going to start at 4.
4 p.m. our time,
Yes.
Eastern time.
Any
Oh,
media invited? Any media?
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure on it.
well, maybe we'll talk and see. Maybe we'll come in and cover
maybe
it too.
You guys come in and cover
Why
it.
not? We
'Cause
talked
we're gonna-
about it here.
yeah, we're
We
gonna
should be
have
able to
live
be there.
entertainment. We have, some artists coming in to entertain as well. It's going to be nice. It's really going to be
so
nice.
maybe we need to call up
gonna be
Lele
nice.
and I'm going to tell them that Missy said we can come broadcast live.
Yes, come broadcast live because, the world is under so much stress right now and everybody.
Yeah, we need relief.
We need to just breathe a little bit,
Yes.
go out, enjoy ourselves, have fun.
Yes.
We can't go
Live-
every day like this.
In the middle of crisis, there's a resting point.
Yeah, it has to
There's a
be.
calmness point. Yes.
Eric, can I share with you? just
Sure.
one
Sure.
word? People in the world, almost 8 billion people. White, black, brown, yellow, red, all color. Small, medium, large.
Yes.
All race, all color, everything. But God gifted blood is one, same color. Okay, number
Yeah.
one. Number two, any government thinking about their own citizen? Of course, Chinese government, they thinking their own citizen. Indian government thinking about their own citizen.
Well, that's their job.
Their
What are they
job.
supposed to do? Who they're government of?
Exactly.
Exactly. But thanks God, last 50 years I've been in America. Almost 50 years. I never saw American government taking care American peoples. This is the constitution law, or this is the view of the constitution, or they throw out the constitution. they do not respect the Constitution.
Well, that's the problem. And they're constantly making
Yes.
amendment to the constitutions that was laid down by the forefathers. They constantly want to change it to their favor. They want to weaken it so that it gives them justification to act lawfully, etc. But, we're going to continue down this road and have more talks all about our Constitution, all about government, all about a third party, all about what's needed to keep us afloat.
Yes.
And as they say, when things are going down the drain, not all of us and not everything, some of us have to stand up and pull us back up. We'll continue down the road and have these talks. But the main thing is, let's incorporate love for one another.
Yes.
Let's all encourage one another to praise peace and to have peace in our hearts. Let's learn to get rid of the racial lines and discrimination because of the color of our skin. That's not how you win. When a person's on the road, sick, lying down on the road, are you going to determine his skin color before you call an ambulance for him or to aid him or her? I mean, we have to really think about this. We have to get over the divisions and get rid of the thoughts and the racism and all these discriminations that doesn't exist. In any of God's scriptures and books, he doesn't talk about this. He does talk about that he created all of the colors.
Yes.
And that you may know one nation from another. But he let you know he's the author and creator of all. So we should love one another. And we're going to have differences, but that's okay. That's what we're born to choose. And we have a right for difference. But let's respect one another and let's keep it peace. That's how it should be. So if Joe Biden needs a lesson, tell him to come over to Millennium TV. Give us 30 minutes. And I guarantee you he'll walk out the room a different person and will go do better things. So thank you, listeners, for listening today. We love to have you back next week. We're going to always keep it snapping and interesting. And like I said, we're going to cover so many different talks. And we look to talk about nutrition soon because so many of us are suffering from diabetes, high blood pressure, and especially a high rate of cancer now. We need to talk about these things. Women are at an alarming rate of breast cancer now in America and throughout the world. We need to talk about how we're going to get through these things. What is causing it? Is there alternative diets and medicines that can help us? We'll be bringing doctors and nutritionists on to talk about this. So stay tuned, and Missy's a survivor. We might have her to come back and talk with us on it. Because we need to address it.
Yes.
So Mr. Nur, thank you for sharing your views and thoughts with us today. It's very informative. And you too, Missy, for
Thank you very much.
being present here. And we thank all the viewers and listeners for joining in here on Power Talk with Millennium TV, Millennium News TV 24. Thank you until next week. And God bless you all. World peace for all of us.